Welcome to episode 18 of Scaling a Social Media Marketing Agency. My name is Hervin, and this is a video series where I take you behind the scenes of our SMMA and show you what we're doing to scale it. I am documenting the journey here, so I am sharing what I am working on a day-to-day basis, the problems that I am trying to solve, the lessons that I am learning. So if you're interested in seeing how we scale our SMMA, then subscribe to the YouTube channel. With that said, I worked on a couple of things today. Let's dive in. So number one, I spoke to one of our clients, letting them know about our new offer, our new level of service, our new pricing change. I had 2 call schedules for today. One of them canceled. The other one I spoke to. This client, it sounded like they were struggling a little bit financially because out of nowhere, she told me that the landlord made them just essentially kicked them out of their location. They had to find a new location. They're now getting just reestablished. They've lost a lot of student numbers because of the move. And so anyway, they were struggling, but I know they needed the help because when I went inside their account, it just didn't look that good. Like it didn't look like they knew how to talk to the leads. They were struggling to convert the leads that they were getting, turning those into students. Long story short, they needed the help. But they are currently in one of our lowest packages. And I offer this higher level of service, which she absolutely needs, but she was struggling. She's like, I can't afford it. Anyway, I told her look, this is what's going to get you out of this hole that you're in. And she's like, yeah, but I still can't afford it. And I was like, look, you need this. Here's what I'll do. Let me give you a month worth of this new level of service where you have our client success team meeting with you once a week. Let me just gift that to you for a month and no additional cost, just so you could get the extra help to turn your business around. I was just I was seeing the leads that she was generating, how she was talking to the leads, and I'm like, this is an easy fix if she would just be able to turn these leads into students, but she needed to follow best practices. The person who was in charge of doing it wasn't doing a good job at it. So long story short, I'm hoping that having a client success manager assigned to them is going to be able to essentially turn them around so that then they can afford the services. So I said, hey, for 30 days, I'll give you this. And then if you don't want it, then just let us know and then we'll bring you to the lower package. But if you do want it, it'll keep you at the higher level price point. So she was happy about that. She needed the help. She was looking forward to it. So that was a win. The second thing that I worked on today, I'm going to skip over the second thing and tell you the last thing that I worked on today. So the last thing that I worked on today is recording this video sales letter. So I recorded this video sales letter to send to people after they schedule a demo call with me to let them know about Studio Hub, what it is, what it does, the problems that it helps them solve, why we created it, how it could benefit them, just getting them excited, teaching them about our service. This was a suggestion that Alex Ramosi made, that we should have a video that people watch prior to jumping on the sales call with me. So that way I didn't have to repeat myself. That way they come in educated and they just make a decision on the call. Long story short, I recorded the video today. I wanted the video to be about 8 minutes long and ended up being about 12 minutes long, which is fine. I'm going to test it out and see if it works like that. So I recorded the video. I ended up practicing a bunch of what I did to get myself ready to record this because I knew it was going to take a while to record this entire thing. So I read through this out loud as if I were actually making the video, probably 5 times or so, maybe spent about an hour on just practicing. And I actually timed myself. I put a stopwatch and anyway, I reread through these things and I'm excited that now I have that because brings me to the next point. Today I had a sales call and the sales call, I actually could not finish it because by the time the 1 hour went by, the next business owner showed up to the call and I didn't have time. We were just at the very end of the sales call, right where they were like, okay, so how does it work? And I had to end it. So we ended up rescheduling, which was, I'm bummed out that was the case, but it taught me a couple of things. Number one, it taught me that this video that I recorded right here is super important to send to people before showing up for the call so that they could be educated. The next thing that it did is like, so I created this sales script to go through with people. And this sales script, I mean, it's pretty simple. So you clarify why they're there, what their goals are, what they've tried. Then you map out their situation. You show them where they're struggling and, or where they're losing money or not, or where there's an opportunity for them to grow. Then you show them the plan and then you address objections. So it's like, ideally you would be able to go through this in an hour, I would think. The problem is that I created this template that I wanted to go through with people, and it says like, why are you here? Like, where are your numbers? Like, where's your total revenue from last year? What is your tuition? How much is the student worth to you? Just numbers to help paint the picture of where they're at, what they're, so where they're at, how we can help them. Then what have they tried? So essentially things from this script, I am making space here on this board to be able to take notes as the client is talking, and then at the very end walk them through how our offer works. So I did that where I was taking notes for this client, and so part of me was like wanting to be thorough with asking all the questions, mapping out the plans, and all of that made it so that it took really long. One of the things that this business owner said when they first came to, when she first started the call, is that she wanted more leads. And then she talked about, when I started mapping out the plan for her, like what she was currently doing, one of the things that I noticed is like, so she had all of these automations in there that, in my opinion, were too complicated, and she was losing students because of it. But that was the part that I should have focused the least on. So I should have focused more on generating leads. That was the main thing that she wanted help with. So I feel like the lesson here is just focus more on the pain point that's the brightest, the most painful pain point that the client tells you that they're feeling, and focus in on that and try to sell with what they want rather than what they need, because what they needed is to revamp their automation system because it needed to be simpler. I guess I'm pretty sure they're losing students because of it, but it's in their mind like this was working great. Maybe I should have not focused on that and just focused on the ads and what she was doing for ads, like the biggest pain point there. And then, the next thing is that I mapped out how she was doing the automation. Maybe I should have just asked her to map out what she's doing for advertising. So one of the things that it just occurred to me is like, when I'm mapping out what they're currently doing, maybe I should map out what they're currently doing wrong. If I map out what they're currently doing wrong and show them where they're going wrong, then from there, if I give them the new plan, so I should only focus on the things that is painful for them. So anyway, I'm learning. I'm just trying out this new sales process, but I guess the takeaway for me here is just to make the call shorter, I need to just focus on the biggest thing that they're struggling with. So maybe I need to come up here with a new slide that says what is the biggest pain point. Just label them here with the biggest pain point. Cool. All right. So that is the update for today. That's what I worked on. I worked on creating this board that I am going to be using as I speak to the clients on the sales call. Tomorrow I have another sales call. Hopefully they show up and I get to another try at using this. I'm excited for that, so I can just simplify it. I recorded a video. I spoke to our client. I came up with that idea of offering our clients a 30-day trial for a new level of service so that they could try it and see if they want to stick with it. So that was it. That's what I worked on today. If you are curious to see what we're doing on a day-to-day basis to scale our social media marketing agency, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next update. Bye.